Hi there everybody and welcome along to another episode of the Big Quiz Night In. This is episode 67 and tonight we've got another great lineup of subjects for you. We're going to be doing entertainment, we've got potluck, and then we've got pop music trivia. I'm bringing that back after the success of a couple of our regulars on national TV. I'm sure we'll mention it later on in the show. If you're interested in doing this quiz and you're watching a repeat of this, you need to skip ahead maybe about 10 minutes or so into the video and that's when we'll be starting. But for now I'm going to be welcoming all the people that are going to be watching live, and so I'll be asking very nicely if you'd like to get in the chat and say hello. Feel free to do so as soon as you can. I'm going to do the usual thing of sharing the link out there for this live show as we discuss things and get things started. Nice to see some of you joining already. Thank you, and hope you're all doing well. So yeah, let me know how you're all doing while I'm sharing the link out there across the usual places. At 8 o'clock, we'll have Abby coming in to ask a question to kick off the show, and then I'll start that first round proper, which is the entertainment round. Still no Facebook frames. It looks like they are well and truly broken for pages at least, so I haven't got a fancy frame for you again this evening. But we are here and we've got the 3 quiz rounds as always, and what we will also be doing is sharing a picture round as always after the show's finished. So make sure you're following the page so you don't miss that as well. But yeah, I'm just going to be sharing that out there now, and we'll see who we can get to join in. Let's just do that now. Let me know in the comments how you're all doing, guys. Start saying hello and get your messages in there. I'll give you all shout outs, of course, as usual. You don't need to worry about submitting your answers to me if you're new to this, by the way. All you need to do is make a note of your own answers, and then you can mark your own at the end of each round when I read out what the answers are. So yeah, that's how it works. We'll do 3 quiz rounds, 15 questions in each round. And yeah, it's a lot of fun as always. It will be a good fun, and we've got lots to talk about as well this evening. The Big Quiz Night in world is ever expanding, as some of you may have noticed. So again, we'll be talking about that tonight, no doubt. Thank you all for your support, however you choose to follow the quiz. So yeah, it's been quite a journey, hasn't it? But I'm just going to start sharing that link out there now. And if you could do the same, that would be much appreciated, so we could get some more people watching and let them all know that the quiz is happening. So yeah, I'm just going to start sharing that out there now. And let's get in the comments and see how you're all getting on. Who have we got first then? Anybody want to say hello while they're waiting for the quiz to start? We've got about 10 minutes to go. Don't be shy. Let me know that you're here. I share, for those of you who don't know, I share this on my disco page as well, because before the pandemic, I used to do a lot of discos, so I've got quite a following there too. So I'm sharing it out there, and there's a great Facebook page, which I'm about to share it on as well, which has got a good 12,500 followers, and it's called Rocking the Lockdown UK. And there's always loads of people there sharing their talents, and it's just been great. That started pretty early on in the pandemic as well, and you can just share whatever you want. If you're doing something live, you can just share it there. So that's a really good page as well. If you're ever bored, you want some entertainment, that is a great page to go to as well. And that's one of the places where I share the quiz every week. So yeah, I don't know if we've got any followers from it, but still, it's a good place to share these things. So that's fun. And of course the other page is on my main Facebook page. So let's see who we got here. Mags has joined us. Myself and me is here. Welcome, Mags. Ju here as well. Hi Chris, good evening all, she says. And Luke and Jane are with us too, nice and early. Glad you could be here. What a beautiful day it's been for us around here, South Oxfordshire. I don't know if the rest of you, if you're far and wide away, I don't know. But certainly around here, it has been a lovely day. Catherine says, hello from Tony and Catherine. This is the first quiz we have been to with you. Looking forward to it. Thank you. Oh, that's lovely. Thank you for joining. How did you find the page? Did you see me share it elsewhere before? I'd love to know, because I just... One of the things I struggle with on Facebook is finding out, if I don't know you personally, and there's a lot of people that watch that I do know personally through my pub quizzes, I don't often know where people or how people find what I do. So I don't know what channels are working when I'm sharing things. So that would be lovely. If you want to put that in the comments, that'd be great. But yeah, thank you for joining. Hope you have some fun. The 3 quiz rounds we're doing, I'd normally have a fancy Facebook frame up here, and it would show off everything to expect tonight, but Facebook is a bit broken and hasn't been letting me do it lately. So we're going to do, if you missed it already, entertainment's round number 1, then potluck, then pop music trivia, and then the picture rounds are shared at the end of the quiz. So you can stay for as long as you like. Each round has got 15 questions in it. We celebrate with those who do well, and we commiserate with those who don't do well quite so well. but remember, it's just for fun. And we'll be starting at 8 o'clock UK time. Good evening to Amanda, welcome along. Hope you and Ed are doing well. So yeah, entertainment's round number 1, and yeah, a real mixed bag of entertainment related trivia in that one. We don't ask that you submit your answers in the comments. All you need to do, as I mentioned at the start of the show, is you write down the answers yourself. Then I'll do any repeats that you'd like if you missed any, or if I go too fast through any of the questions. And then once I've done that, you can then mark your own answers and let me know your scores in the comments. If you want to come up with a fun pub quiz team name, because that's where this all originated from, the pub quiz nights a host, then by all means do that. And then when you put your scores in the comments, you can then say what your pub quiz team name is as well. Just a bit of fun. Or you can just have your full name, that's fine. Googled quiz questions and it came up. Much more interesting than the other sites that came up. Oh, bless you, Catherine. That is great to hear. Well, yeah, whilst you're here and when the show's finished, in the photo albums of this page, there are hundreds of picture quiz rounds that I've shared, one after every show I've done. There's loads of them. So please do help yourself and have a look through them whenever you're bored and share them with your friends and family. There's loads of different quiz stuff there for you, and I hope you have fun with this one. How am I feeling after having the vaccine? Yeah, I'm all right. I had backache. I had it on Saturday. And Monday and today, I've had really bad lower back pain kind of around where my kidneys are, which is apparently a common side effect that people seem to be having. I don't know. But other than that, I'm fine. You know, a little sore where the vaccine happened, where it went in my arm. But yeah, generally fine. I don't know if that means I'm one of the lucky ones, but yeah, 12 weeks is it or something? You've got to wait for the second one. And Catherine, you're welcome. Really glad you could be here. So yeah, I'm okay, basically. I think I've got off lightly. Just touch wood. Hope it carries on that way. There's enough going on right now. I don't need to be suffering more from anything else. Thank you very much. So yeah, but thank you for checking, you. Much appreciated. So yes, we've got about 7 minutes to go now. 6 or 7 minutes to go. And the reason I start early is because we want people to join the live show and be here for 8 o'clock so we can start all together. So that's why I start a bit earlier and have a bit of a waffle on with, as I call it, bit of a waffle on with everybody before we begin. And yes, my daughter comes on at 8 o'clock and asks the first question. She does that just to get involved with what her dad does. So yeah, it's lovely. So yeah, that's something a little bit different though. You will put the answer for that in the comments, but again, it will give you multiple choice. So it's just for fun. Catherine says, we have had our second vaccine on Saturday and are both fine. Good to hear. That's good. Yeah, I've got to wait a few weeks for my second one. I'm not even in the age group, by the way, for the first one. I assume they hadn't gone down to my age group yet, because my wife hasn't had hers yet, and she was in the right age group. But I think it's just because I was an asthma sufferer, so they've got that on my record. So maybe that's why I got called ahead of some of the other people around my age. I don't know, but it's a bit of a surprise. I got the message. I was like, really? My turn now? Okay. So yeah, there we go. Andy's here. Thank you for joining, mate. He says, hi, Chris. Hi, everyone. Feeling a bit pooped tonight, so I'm going to give it a miss. Hope you all have fun tonight. I'll be back next week. Oh, no worries, mate. Well, next week, I don't know if you're still watching, mate, but I'm sure I'll remind you in the Facebook group. I think, if I've got my days right, next week is Patreon quiz night. Yeah, so next week I won't be here on Facebook Live. I will be every other Tuesday, but the last Tuesday of the month is Patreon quiz night. So everybody that's part of my Patreon, the minimum for that entry is £2. Okay, that's every month that's taken. If you want to join in, you can stop any time. It's no problem. But if you wanted to join the Patreon quiz night, which is different to the Facebook one I do here, that's £2 minimum entry, and there's loads of other rewards you can get from me if you pay a little bit more than that. It's all tiered, you see. But £2 gets you into the Patreon quiz night. We do that via Google Meet, so we're on video conferencing, chatting to each other, and we play blockbusters. We do Jeopardy. We do like a noughts and crosses game I've created. We do speed quizzing, so with an app on your phone as well, which is great fun. I just started doing that for the first time last week. Loads of great fun to do there, but that's always the last week, the last Tuesday of the month we do that. Okay, but if you just want to do the Facebook one, yeah, it's every Tuesday night apart from the last one of the month. And all the videos I do are saved on the Facebook page. So if you're ever bored and you fancy watching another quiz, and they're all different subjects, you can go back and watch another one. But this is episode 67. I've been doing this since the start of lockdown, pretty much. Recommended to join the Patreon. Great fun. Something different for only £2. I know, right? Exactly. If you think about it, a pub quiz in itself, if you went to the pub, is £1 a person to join in, you know, and then you pay however much for your drinks and your food while you're there. And it's all great fun, and I'm glad to be back hosting at the quiz I do host, but at the same time, this is also £2 and you can stay home and just chill out. So, you know, some people can't even go out yet. Some people might still be shielding, who knows? But I'm glad to have the following that I do. And speaking of the following that I do, Jace has said, good evening, Chris, good evening all. And Eric, Blackpool Bar Stewards, Eric and Chris are both here from sunny Blackpool. I was just saying, what a lovely day it's been down here as well. So glad you could be here and you had good sunshine as well. Diva's here too. Hello, Chris. Hello, everyone. Welcome along. Tracy says, good evening. Just the two of us are here playing as Mulder and Scully tonight. I love it. Love X-Files. If I'm not in the chat much tonight, it's because I'm busy doing tea, as I've just come back from getting my vaccine tonight too. Oh, there you go. And if there are any strange comments, it probably means my other half is on the iPad. That's all right, as long as we can see your scores. Just remember to put your scores in. That's the fun bit. We want to see how well you did. And Vernier's here as well. Hello to you. Lovely. We've got a good little turnout just before we start then. 3 more minutes to go, and then we will make a start with the first question. So once Abby comes in to ask that question, you need to put the answer to it in the comments. There were 3 choices. Not quite yet. Not quite. In a minute. 2 minutes. She's desperate to come in, so it's fine. But yeah, you'll be putting that in the comments, and the fastest person to get the correct answer in the comments, whether it's A, B, or C, will get themselves a bonus point they can award themselves with any of the 3 quiz rounds throughout the evening. So you can do that if you want to. So yeah, we shall see how you do with it. It's quite an interesting one tonight. It's based off of a new show we've been watching. Well, new to the children anyway. So yeah, we'll see how you do. Who else have we got joining us this evening then, I wonder? Do we have our superstar music heroes from the hit list on BBC TV, I wonder? Roz and Gabby, they were fantastic on that show the other week. Unbelievable. Do check out on iPlayer if you haven't already the most recent or last episode, where there's a couple there called Roz and Gabby, best friends, and they were brilliant on it. BBC TV as well. Could not believe it. What a nice surprise. And yes, here she is. She says, your new top fan. Goodness me, it's taken over a year, hasn't it? It has been over a year. So again, just before we start, Facebook award top fan badges to people who comment on pages. You've probably seen them across many other Facebook pages. You get a top fan badge to show that you've been interacting with posts for a certain Facebook page. Roz has been active as a member of this Facebook group for so long, because she's one of the people that comes to the Real Pub Quiz that I host as well. And she'd never got a badge until a few days ago. It was unbelievable that it took so long to happen. I said all it took is for her to be on national TV to enter a quiz and to do very well. And then Facebook were like, yeah, okay, she can have the badge now. Because I didn't get to pick them. It's a Facebook automatic thing. And yes, you're welcome, Roz. Nicholas says, let's get quizzical. Are going to try having you on pause so we can resume when the kids are in bed. I don't think that'll work. It might skip ahead. Oh, I've never tried that before with a live video. Oh my goodness. Good luck. I mean, I think you could then drag it back on the slider. Maybe. Good luck. All right, I'll bear that in mind. But if you are watching a repeat of this, please do keep leaving your comments, because I will come back and reply to them and acknowledge that you've been watching. I'd love to know how you got on at the very least, even if it is a repeat. So it's 8 o'clock. Let's bring Abby in. Get ready to say A, B, or C in the comments, please. I'll just bring her up. Come on down. She's got a special question for you. We have been watching. What's it called? What have we been watching? Dinosaurs. Okay, the question is going to be about that and how you can watch it, all right? So A, B, or C, you'll get your 3 choices in just a moment. First one to get it right gets himself a bonus point. Nicholas says, no, it doesn't work. Can't drag it back when it's still live. Facebook needs to fix this for us. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Daddy?
Yeah?
That one is wrong.
That one's wrong. That's not the answer. It's like that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. But you say it all. That's fine. So let me get Abby to ask the question and give you the three choices. I will also put the whole lot into the comments so you can see what it is in case you see it in the comments before you hear her say it. All right. So here we go. Here comes the question. Get ready to guess A, B, or C.
Which streaming service can you watch the classic Jim Henson comedy series Dinosaurs? Is it A, Prime Video, B, Netflix, or C, Disney Plus?
Okay, I think you're going to need to say that one again.
To repeat that one.
Yeah, go on.
Which streaming service can you watch the classic Jim Henson comedy series Dinosaurs? Is it A, Amazon Prime Video, B, Netflix, or C, Disney Plus?
Yes, we watched the first episode tonight, and we were laughing a lot, weren't we?
We even laughed at the beginning intro.
Yeah.
Even the intro was funny.
Yeah, it was brilliant.
We didn't even get to the episode. It was just the intro that made us laugh.
Okay, let's have a look at some of the responses then. So it looks like Eric's going with A, and Ju and Diva are there with C. Luke's gone C. Vernia's C. Oh, lots of people going with C. Catherine's going with B, and Mags as well. Gabby with a C. Oh, Eric says, look like I guessed wrong then. Well, let's see. Who got it right the fastest then? Look, what's the answer as well? Tell them the answer.
The answer was C, Disney Plus.
Yes, it was Disney Plus, and it looks like...
Ju.
Yes, well done, Ju. You've got it right. You get the bonus points. That's our Britzillions team.
From me.
Yes, well done. You get the question right. Everybody who put C, you got the question right as well.
That would be a hard question if you haven't watched it on what it is on now.
Yeah, it's been well advertised, but at the same time, yeah, it is on Disney Plus.
You might have watched it if it was longer, but now it's when you was born or something, when you was kids.
When you were younger, yeah.
Yeah, but now it's on one of these, and it was Disney Plus. So.
Yeah, I know. I wanted to check actually. We're going to make a start with the entertainment round, but I want to find out when it was on TV as well. Give us a hug then. Say goodbye to everybody too. Love you, darling. Good night. And thank you. It was 1991 was the first episode.
Wow.
Yeah, so I was like 7, give or take, depending on when. 6 or 7, yeah, no 7. There we go. All right, let's make a start with the entertainment round then. Bye-bye, darling. Good night. And yeah.
Good luck.
Yes, absolutely. Good luck, everybody. 15 questions then in our entertainment round. 1 point for each correct answer unless otherwise stated. And there are some multiple point questions in this round as always. Okay, so you need to make a note of the answers yourself. Some people like to use a Big Quiz Night In notebook. I'm not saying that they've got some in stock still, but maybe if you're interested by the end of the show, I could tell you where you get them from. Or you could just write it down on a piece of paper somewhere or on another device, I don't mind. But yes, write your answers down. Do not put them in the comments anymore. Ask me for repeats and I will repeat the questions at the end if I go too quickly for you. And then we'll do the answers of the round once we get to the end. Question number 1 for you in entertainment. Which song by which band became a worldwide hit when Rocky III was released? Which song by which band became a worldwide hit when Rocky III was released? 1 point for the title of the song and 1 point for the band that released it. So it's worth a guess. You get 1 point for each. Which song by which band became a worldwide hit when Rocky III was released? There's your first question then. Yes. Thank you for all the lovely comments for Abby. Yeah, no, she really appreciates it and I'm glad you enjoyed that. Yes. Especially everybody who spells Abby correctly. Goodness me, she'll be very impressed if you put A-B-I, which is how we spell it. Oh, don't worry, even family members get it wrong sometimes, it's fine. Okay, here we go then with question number 2. Which actor played Detective Inspector Robbie Lewis on UK TV? Which actor played Detective Inspector Robbie Lewis on UK TV? That's question number 2 for you. Which actor played Detective Inspector Robbie Lewis on UK TV? Don't worry, Ju, it's fine. Honestly, my dad gets it wrong a lot. Honestly. It's totally fine. Right, question number 3 is for 3 points. In which US cartoon series could you first meet the following characters? They're all from different cartoon series from America, okay? So, Troy McClure, Randy Marsh, and Joe Swanson. In which US cartoon series could you first meet Troy McClure, Randy Marsh, and Joe Swanson? 3 different shows, 1 point for each. As I've said, you will get some thinking time by asking me to repeat any questions. That's no problem at all. Yeah, then we move on to another question. Yeah, but you will get thinking time at the end of the round, so don't worry if I go too quickly. Just ask me to repeat questions when we get to that point. Question number 4 now, question 4. They don't like it up 'em is a TV catchphrase spoken by which actor, playing which character, in which popular TV series? They don't like it up 'em is a TV catchphrase spoken by which actor, playing which character, in which popular TV series? Again, you'll get 1 point for each of those, so 3 points in total. Always worth a guess, even if you can just come up with a TV show. They don't like it up 'em is a TV catchphrase spoken by which actor, playing which character, in which popular TV series? Question number 5 now, question 5. Which series caused injuries to 34 celebrities before it was dropped by Channel 4? Which series caused injuries to 34 celebrities before it was dropped by Channel 4? I can't believe it even made it to air. It sounded like a terrible idea. But hey, it happened. Yeah, ridiculous. Which series caused injuries to 34 celebrities before it was dropped by Channel 4? Right, question number 6 is for a maximum of 3 points. Put these children's TV shows, classic cartoons, into the correct order with the earliest released first. So we're talking the original versions of the following 3 shows. Put them in order with the earliest released first. Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles, He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, and Transformers. So, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, and Transformers. Put them in order with the earliest released first. I'll tell you now, they are all 80s based cartoons. And yes, I love them all. Still do. Yeah, for our American friends, I do, of course, mean Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. But when it was released over here, when it was released in general for the first time, over here it had to be called Hero Turtles, because apparently ninja is a bit too scary. At least then it was for children. There you go. But in which order were they released? Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles, He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, and then Transformers. Put them in the correct order. Question number 7 now. Question 7. Who hosts his own epic game show on ITV? Who hosts his own epic game show on ITV? Or hosted. How long was that on for? Yeah. Oh, it premiered last year. Oh, okay. Yeah. That's one thing I didn't check. There we go. Who hosts epic game show, his own epic game show on ITV? Okay, your next question will be for 3 points. This one is about Only Fools and Horses. What were the first names of Derek Trotter's wife, his sister-in-law, and his mother? What were the first names of Derek Trotter's wife, his sister-in-law, and his mother? 1 point for each. Okay, question number 9 is for 1 point. What was the name of Steve Wright in the Afternoon's fictitious hairdresser? What was the name of Steve Wright in the Afternoon's fictitious hairdresser? Okay, remember you can ask me for repeats as well. Here we go with question number 10 though. That is for 3 points. Question number 10. Let's just get out of the way. Right, question number 10. Money Never Sleeps, The Golden Army, and The New Batch were sequels to which movies? Money Never Sleeps, The Golden Army, and The New Batch were sequels to which movies? 1 point for each again there. Money Never Sleeps, The Golden Army, and The New Batch. Question 11 will be just for the 1 point, and it's about the Beatles. What was the title of the first Beatles movie released? What was the title of the first Beatles movie released? And the remaining questions are all for at least 2 points, if not 3. So loads of points available throughout this round. Let's see how you do with this next one. Question number 12. What were the first names of the original Blues Brothers? There's a question I've asked a lot over the years. What was the first names of the original Blues Brothers? 1 point for each. Just the two of them in the first movie. They introduce a new character in the sequel, lesser known sequel, which has also got very good music on it, of course. But certainly in the original two we want here. What were their first names? Give yourself 1 point for each. Okay, question 13 is for another 2 points. Rush was a 2013 film about the rivalry between which two Formula One drivers? Rush was a 2013 film about the rivalry between which two Formula One drivers? 1 point for each again. See how you go with that one. The remaining 2 questions are for 3 points each. Question 14 for 3 points. What are the names of Mike Baldwin's 3 sons in Coronation Street? What are the names of Mike Baldwin's 3 sons in Coronation Street? You can just give me the first names if you want for the points here. I won't know any different anyway, because obviously I'm not going to be marking your answers. But have a guess at the 3 first names, at least, of Mike Baldwin's 3 sons in Coronation Street. Give you a moment to think about that. Remember, you can ask for any repeats as we're coming to the end of the round. One more question in this entertainment round. Okay? So do let me know in the comments what repeats you would like as I read out question 15. Put these animated movies into the correct order with the highest grossing film first. Minions, Zootopia, and the first Frozen movie. Okay, put these animated movies into the correct order with the highest grossing film first. Minions, Zootopia, and Frozen. 3 points if you get them in the correct order. Okay, now whilst you're thinking of those and letting me know what repeats you'd like, in the description of this video, and indeed all the videos I put out, is a link to the local charity that you could support if you wanted to. I just shared the link in the comments as well. It's a charity called Secret Santa 365. They support children and families with young children across the area of South Oxfordshire, or Oxfordshire in general. And one of the things they're working on right now is laptops for learners, where they're collecting devices to share with people. If you've got an old laptop, for example, they'll collect it, they'll get it refurbished, and they will then give it to a needy family. So have a look at the link I put in the description. If you want to support them, you can. And more news on how you can support me directly after the next round. Can I repeat question 2? Yes, of course I can. So, question number 2. Which actor played Detective Inspector Robbie Lewis on UK TV? That is question number 2. Which actor played Detective Inspector Robbie Lewis on UK TV? Right. Let me know any more repeats that you want, guys. Plenty of time to get your repeats in. And then we'll be moving on to the potluck round, of course, as round number 2. Ooh. Did I go at the right pace? Only one request for a repeat? I think we'll go through the answers, guys. Yeah? Okay. So 1 point for each correct answer then. And let me know your team name, if you have a team name, and your scores, please, once you've tallied them up. Here we go with the answers for the entertainment round. Which song by which band became a worldwide hit when Rocky 3 was released? For 2 points, it is The Eye of the Tiger by Survivor. Question 2, which actor played Detective Inspector Robbie Lewis on UK TV? That was Kevin Whatley. Whatley? Yeah, you know. Question 3, in which I didn't watch it. Question 3, in which US cartoon series could you first meet Troy McClure, Randy Marsh, and Joe Swanson? So Troy McClure is from The Simpsons, for 1 point. Randy Marsh is from South Park, probably my favourite character in all of South Park. And Joe Swanson is from Family Guy. He's the wheelchair-bound police officer, if you're not familiar. So yes, Simpsons, South Park, and Family Guy for 3 points. Question 4, they don't like it Upham, is a TV catchphrase spoken by which actor playing which character in which series? It was Clive Dunn as Corporal Jones, Corporal Jack Jones, in Dad's Army for 3 points. Clive Dunn, Corporal Jack Jones, or just Corporal Jones, or just Jones is fine. And then Dad's Army for 3 points. Which series caused injuries to 34 celebrities before it was dropped by Channel 4? It is The Jump. Question 6. The children's TV shows in the correct order with the earliest release first was He-Man first in 1983, then Transformers in 1985, and then the Turtles in 1987 originally. So yes, for 3 points. He-Man, Transformers, then Turtles. Question 7. The host of the Epic game show on ITV was Alan Carr. Question 8. The 3 names associated with Derek Trotter there, his wife, his sister-in-law, and his mother are Raquel, Cassandra, and Joan. Question 9. The name of Steve Wright in the Afternoon's fictitious hairdresser was Gervase. Gervase. Question 10. Money Never Sleeps, The Golden Army, and The New Batch were sequels to which movies? So Money Never Sleeps was a sequel to Wall Street. The Golden Army was Hellboy's sequel, Hellboy 2, The Golden Army. And The New Batch was Gremlins 2, The New Batch. So Wall Street, Hellboy and Gremlins for 3 points. Question 11. What was the title of the first Beatles movie released? It is A Hard Day's Night. Question 12. What were the first names of the original Blues Brothers? They were, for 1 point each, Jake and Elwood Blues. Question 13. Rush was a 2013 film about the rivalry between which two Formula One drivers? It was James Hunt and Niki Lauda. Question 14. What are the names of Mike Baldwin's 3 sons in Coronation Street? They are Adam Barlow, Mark Redmond and Danny Baldwin. So you could just have Adam, Mark and Danny, 1 point for each there as well. And question 15, put these animated movies into the correct order with the highest grossing first. Now the 3 you had to choose from was Minions, Zootopia and Frozen. In the correct order though, with the highest grossing first, Frozen, then Minions, then Zootopia. All, of course, brilliant films if you like that kind of genre of films. But yeah, we certainly like them all here. Right, there you go. There's the answers. Tally up your scores. Let me know how well you did, please, guys. Tally up those scores. Put them in the comments. Don't forget to put your team name in there as well. And let's see how well you got on. No worries if you don't want to put your scores in the comments. You don't have to. It's just a bit of fun, okay? So Blackpool Bar Stewards in the comments straight away there with 27 points. Good score. Good score, not bad at all. 18 for Diva, well done. Number 2 again was Kevin Watley. I think it's Watley, it might be Waitley. W-H-A-T-E-L-Y is his name. I forget exactly how you pronounce it. My apologies. The First Timers, good team name there, 17 points, good effort. 21 for Let's Get Quizzical, although we are pretty much a man down tonight, oh dear. Okay, well thanks for sticking around anyway. Just the 2 of us, Mulder and Scully, scored 28 points. Well done, very good score there. 19 for Gabby, well done there too. Luke and Jane have got themselves 15 points. Still haven't come up with a team name though, have they? All these weeks. I bet you start watching and think, oh no, it's been another week and we haven't thought of our team name again. You're welcome, Mags, no problem. Any more scores coming in, let me know, guys. I will gladly shout them out for you before we move on to our potluck round. 24 points for Back in Black. Good score, or Black in Back. Whichever way round you want to put it. But 24 points is also a good score. Well done. Round number 2 is a potluck round, so that's going to be complete general knowledge, anything goes. Juice says 23 plus my bonus point and only contribution. The Brazilians. Well, that's a good score though. You don't have to use the bonus point on the first round. You could have saved it. Yeah, you almost had me, Ed. Absolutely. Black in Back. I saw it. Caught myself just after I said it. Well done. Okay, well, if you do put your scores in and I haven't read them out yet, I will do as soon as they come in. But let's move on to round number 2 then. So potluck, another 15 questions for you. Multiple points up for grabs again. Exactly the same as you heard with round number 1. Only this time it is a general knowledge round. So lots of different subjects could come into play here. Yeah, almost had me. Right, here we go with question number 1 then. Harry and Meghan revealed their innermost feelings to the world. To which interviewer? Oh, Juice says they had to use it. Oh, okay. No problem. Yeah, Harry and Meghan revealed their innermost feelings to the world to which interviewer recently? You had to use it or they were going to kick you out for not contributing, I imagine. Oh, how awful. I'm sure they wouldn't have, really. Would you? Okay, yeah, question number 2 then. Question 2. Where in the world would you find a car with the registration code E? Where in the world would you find a car with the registration code E? What country would that car come from? Where in the world would you find a car with the registration code E? well worth a guess, that one. Perhaps it's a place where some of you have been on holiday before. Quite popular to holiday there. I'll say no more for now. Question number 3 for 3 points then. What would an American mean if they took a rain check, were going postal, or were jonesing? 3 different things, 1 point for each. What would an American mean if they took a rain check, were going postal, and were jonesing? What do those 3 things mean? 1 point for each. Just a basic description. You don't have to go too far into it. Just a basic description. Your next question is just for 1 point. Let's see how you do with this one. We're talking about the collective names for things for this one. Question 4. Which creatures gather in a coalition? Is it, this is multiple choice, is it owls, hyenas, or cheetahs? Which creatures gather collectively in a coalition? Is it owls, hyenas, or cheetahs? I will tell you what the other 2 are of the 3, just so you know. But I am just asking for the coalition. Which one is that? Is it owls, hyenas, or cheetahs? Question number 5 is for 3 points. In which American states can you visit Strawberry Fields, Disney's Magic Kingdom, and the Golden Gate Bridge? In which American states could you visit Strawberry Fields, Disney's Magic Kingdom, and the Golden Gate Bridge? So that's another 3-pointer there for you. Question number 6, another more current affairs kind of question. What was the name on the side of the ship that blocked the Suez Canal? What was the name on the side of the ship that blocked the Suez Canal recently? I specifically say the name on the side of the ship because that isn't the name of the actual ship, it's the company. But what was that big word printed on the side of the ship? For 1 point. Lots of funny memes and things going around on the internet about how they could move that ship. I'm sure you've sort of seen some of them. But yeah. Question number 7 is for another 3 points. Although I would argue if you're going to get 1 point here, you'll easily get the other 2. I certainly hope you would. If you get any points at all, you should get all 3. So for question 7, what did the abbreviation PB and J mean to the likes of Elvis Presley? What did the abbreviation PB and J mean to Elvis Presley? 1 point for each correct word there, PB and J. See what I mean? If you've got 1 point now, you must have got all 3. I hope so, anyway. Okay, at the halfway point of the round then, moving on to question number 8. Which is the highest value euro note in circulation today? Which is the highest value euro note in circulation today? Tracy says, OMG, I think we got the highest points in round 1, first time ever. Yeah, I think you did. Yes, Blackpool Bar Stewards got 27. I didn't mention it, to be honest, but yeah. Chalk that up as a victory for that round. Well done. Just by the 1 point there. Excellent. Okay, let's move on to the next question then. For 3 points. Question number 9. Which novelists created the characters called Edward Cullen, Lisbeth Salander, and Katniss Everdeen? 3 different novelists here, 1 point for each. Which novelists created the characters called Edward Cullen, Lisbeth Salander, and Katniss Everdeen? 1 point for each correct novelist that you guessed correctly there. Your next question is just for the 1 point. So question number 10. What colour was Robin's cape in the original Batman comics? What colour was Robin's cape in the original Batman comics? Made his debut in DC Comics 38, for those who are interested. Which was a long, long time ago, 1940. But what colour was the cape of Robin, the Boy Wonder? Question 11 then. This is our science question that many of you regulars will be familiar with, this kind of question. Let's see how well you know your chemical symbols. This is an interesting one because you can spell this word with 5 or 6 chemical elements. So let's see which way you go, because it is possible to get 6 points here instead of 5. So the chemical symbols of which 5 or 6 elements spell the phrase potluck when placed next to each other. So if you treat potluck all as one word, okay, the chemical symbols of which 5 or 6 elements spell the phrase potluck when placed next to each other. So you get 1 point for each correct chemical element that you guess. You obviously got to put them in the right order to spell it out correctly. You can either go down the 5-point route or you can go down the 6-point route. You won't get points for both, okay? So just have a think about that one and see how many you can come up with. The chemical symbols of which 5 or 6 elements can spell the phrase potluck when placed next to each other. Whenever we do a potluck round, for the benefit of anybody new that's watching, there's a question like that in a potluck round pretty much every time, and the word just changes that you have to spell. So that's why a lot of people will be familiar with those questions. Obviously you get thinking time, I can repeat these as well, so same rules apply there, because I will move on in a moment. Okay, question number 12 is for 3 more points. Which creatures were a UK hit single for the Trashmen, Pink Fong and Owl City? Jew's got 7. Yeah, you're either getting 5 or 6. There isn't a way of doing it with 7. I'm pretty sure there's not. There's places I can go to check these things. I'm sure there's not a way of doing it with 7. 5 or 6 is what we're looking for, okay? Might be a little mistake in there somewhere, but you never know. Just write a load down, you might just get more points. I don't know. Which creatures, for number 12 again, were a UK hit single for the Trashmen, for Pink Fong and Owl City? Probably made them up, she says. Well, good luck anyway. I hope you get some points. Trashmen, Pink Fong and Owl City. Which creatures were UK hit singles for them? Question 13. Which country has the most vending machines per head of population? Which country has the most vending machines per head of population? the most vending machines. It's a very, very high number of vending machines, accurate to the end of 2020 that I've got here, by the way. All right. Let's move on to the next question and for 3 more points. Put these planets into the correct order with the one with the most moons first. Uranus, Neptune, and Saturn. Put these planets into the correct order with the one with the most moons first. Uranus, Neptune, and Saturn. Random thought, but I found out today that there is a storm on the northern pole of Saturn, and it is like a hexagonal shape. It looks really weird, but yeah, it's got very much defined sides to it. Might be pentagonal. I think it's hexagonal, but yeah, you look at the pictures. Crazy. Let me just bring a picture to confirm that to myself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, hexagonal, right? That's stunning. Yeah, you never see pictures of it from the top down. And then the first time I saw that was today. It's absolutely fascinating. There we go. Every day is a school day. Question 15, then our final question in this round is: according to a survey released in 2021. Which were the most popular varieties of apples sold by supermarkets in the UK last year? Now, you don't have to put these in order to get the points. Just name the top 3. I can tell you the order, but just name the top 3 in any order. You get 1 point for each. So let me say that again. According to a survey released in 2021, which were the most popular varieties of apples sold by supermarkets in the UK last year? Let me know if you need any questions repeated then, guys. That is the end of the potluck round. And as usual, we'll go through the answers. Now, whilst you're having that thinking time, I can share with you again the usual kind of links that I like to share. Again, in the description of every video, if you'd like to support me for what I do here at Big Quiz Night In, there is a link I've just posted there in the comments. It's called a link tree. If you click on that or tap on that at any time when you're not watching the live show, it will show you a list of all the places you can go to follow me, except for, or obviously as well as, the Facebook page that you're watching now. So that includes Twitter and Instagram. If you've got those apps, please do give me a follow there. But the main one I'm pushing at the moment is my TikTok channel. So if you've got TikTok, you can join me there, and I do daily quiz videos, sometimes 5 or 6 videos I post, to be honest. And it's brilliant fun. You get lots of engagements there. So it's all going well. Recently, I celebrated going over 1,000 followers there, but it's at time of recording, it is just below 1,700 followers. So it's really gone well these last few days. So yeah, really kind of chuffed with how that's going. It's lots of fun too. Just like here on Facebook, loads of engagement in the comments, loads of conversations happening. It's great. So do check me out there as well. Now, Diva's asked for questions 11, 12 and 13. Okay, a bit more on that in a moment. Then let's do those repeats for you. Question 11 was: the chemical symbols of which 5 elements spell the phrase potluck when placed next to each other? There are 2 ways of doing it. You can have a 5-point way of doing it, so 5 different elements, or there's a 6-point way of doing it, which is slightly different. Yeah, yes, 1,700, yeah. I had 600 followers in the space of 2 days at one point. 600 more followers. Because one of the videos I posted was a what happens next video. and it was showing you a clip. It showed a clip of the football match, a random football match from like the 4th division in Denmark, where something amusing happened, right? And I shared that video and I said, right, what happens next? Gave you 2 choices. You tap which one you think. Was it like a horrendous foul or was it a miss of an open goal, right? And then I play the rest of the clip, or the whole of the clip, to show the answer. And that's got 25,000 views now, which is just insane. And that helped people discover my channel, and it grew like that. So yeah, it's really cool, you know. And I want to make this more of a full-time thing for me, not my full-time job, but if this is going to become a revenue for me, then it's numbers like that which really matters a lot for content creators. So there you go. So yeah, I know, I can't believe it. People are still watching it now, and it was posted a few days ago, and it should have stopped being in circulation by now, and it hasn't. So I'm not going to complain. Everything else gets a few hundred, but yeah, that one went mental. Okay, so yeah, that was number 12 of what? Sorry, that was number 11 for you, Diva. Question 12 was, which creatures were a UK hit single for the Trashmen, Pink Fong, and Owl City? Which creatures were UK hit singles for the Trashmen, Pink Fong, and Owl City? So 3 different creatures there, 1 point for each. And question 13 was, which country has the most vending machines per population? Okay. Which country has the most vending machines? It's yeah. I don't know. You never really put that kind of thing into context, but when I tell you the number of how many vending machines this country's got, it's like, really? It's just, yeah, crazy stuff. Yeah, but just to put things into context, it took me several months to get the Facebook page to 1,200 followers, but we only get a small little watch, you know, this beautiful little community that we've got here. With TikTok, though, it just took me a couple of days. I just couldn't believe it. Madness, I tell ya. Okay, your next question then. Oh no, okay, no more repeats. Okay, that's fine. Let's go back then. Here we go. The answers for the potluck round, guys. Question 1, Harry and Meghan revealed their innermost feelings to the world. To which interviewer? That was Oprah Winfrey. Question 2, where in the world would you find a car with the registration code E? That was Spain. Question 3, what would an American mean if they took a rain check, were going postal, and were jonesing? It is postponing an event, becoming very angry, and craving for something. So if you're having a rain check, you would postpone an event. If you were going postal, then you would become very angry. And if you were jonesing, you'd be craving. And jonesing for something means to be craving for something. Question 4, the creatures that gather in a coalition are cheetahs. Cheetahs gather in a coalition. It's a parliament of owls and a cackle of hyenas. Of course it is. It makes so much sense when you think about it and you hear it for the first time. A cackle of hyenas. Question 5, in which American states could you visit strawberry fields, Disney's Magic Kingdom, and the Golden Gate Bridge? It is New York. It's in Central Park, the strawberry fields. Disney's Magic Kingdom is the one in Florida, and the Golden Gate Bridge is in California. Question 6, what was the name given on the side of the ship that blocked the Suez Canal? It was Evergreen. That's the company that owned that shipping company. So Evergreen was the name on the side of the ship. The ship itself, somewhat confusingly, was called the Ever Given, but the name of the company I was looking for there, the actual was written on the side of the ship, was Evergreen. Question 7, PB&J mean peanut butter jelly. Peanut butter and jelly. 3 points if you got that correct. 1 point for each correct word. Question 8, which is the highest value euro note in circulation today? It is 500 euros. Question 9, the novelists that created the characters called Edward Cullen, Lisbeth Salander, and Katniss Everdeen is Stephanie Meyer. That's from the Twilight series. Stieg Larsson for Lisbeth Salander. That's the girl with the dragon tattoo. And then Suzanne Collins created Katniss Everdeen, which is the... Why am I blanking on it? Catching Fire. And what's the other one? Mockingjay. Oh, God, I haven't seen any of them or read them. Man, I've forgotten now. Somebody will put it in the comments in a minute. Right, question 10. What colour was Robin's cape in the original Batman comics? It is yellow. Robin's first appearance was in DC Comics 38, and that was yellow. His cape was yellow. Question number 11 now. The chemical symbols then that spell potluck are, and this is the 5-pointer first, okay? So, Hunger Games. Yes, thank you, Diva and Nicola. Hunger Games. Remembered the sequels, didn't remember that one. Right, polonium is PO, thorium or thallium is TL, then uranium, carbon, potassium. Okay, so that's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a 5-pointer. Yeah, polonium, thorium, uranium, carbon, potassium. So that's K. If you were to go down the 6-point route, you would put phosphorus for P and oxygen for O. And then the rest is the same. All right, that's the only difference. So you get 6 points if you went down that route, 5 points if you went down the other route. Question 12, which creatures were a UK hit single for the Trashmen? Pink Fong and Owl City. So the Trashmen was Surfing Bird. So Bird, that's the Bird's the Word song. Pink Fong with Baby Shark. I lost count of the amount of times I've heard that one. And Owl City had a hit with Fireflies, which is a much nicer song and not at all annoying. Right, question 13. Which country has the most vending machines? That is Japan. They have approximately 51 million vending machines across Japan, and their population is 126.3 million. Yeah. As of 2019. End of 2019, it was that at last count, according to Google. So there you go. That's an astonishing amount of vending machines. Okay, and the next question was question 14. If you put the planets into the correct order with the most moons first, out of those three, Uranus, Neptune, and Saturn, for the points, you needed to put Saturn first, which has potentially 82. Uranus then has 27 and Neptune has 14. So that's the correct order for 3 points. Your next question was number 15, and this was for another 3 points, but you did not have to put these in the correct order. According to the survey released in 2021, which were the most popular varieties of apples sold by supermarkets in the UK last year? So in third place was Pink Ladies, then in second place was Braeburns, and in first was Gala. Any order, 1 point for each. Tally up your scores, please, and then let me know how you got on. Put your pub quiz team names in the comments as well, along with your scores as always, and then we shall move on to round number 3, our pop music trivia round. You know, I wish I could play your music over Facebook Live, but the Facebook police being who they are, can't do it. Can't do it. Get shut down for it. Unfortunately. Can't even do it when I'm doing TikToks as well. I'd love to do music quiz on TikToks, but as soon as you put music there, same thing would happen. And if you use it as an official background music for your video, it says the artist and title at the bottom of the screen. So just give them the answer, why don't you? Okay, just the two of us, Mulder and Scully, have got 18 points. Blackpool Bar Stewards have got 22 points. Diva's got 18 points again. Well done. 28 for Let's Get Quizzical. 8 for Mags. Oh dear, never mind. Luke and Jane have got 17. The first timers have got 16. Good scores again, guys. Some tricky questions there, I guess, weren't there? Hopefully you all know a little bit about music. We know some people that do, eh? Gabby's got 24 points. Well done. Any more for any more? Pop your scores in the comments, please. And then we'll move on to our pop music trivia round. 15 more questions, that'll be again, okay? 22 points for Britzillions. Good score, guys. Well done. 27 for Back in Bulk. Back in Black. Well done. We'll catch the last round later, Nicholas says. Okay, no problem. Thank you for joining and good luck. Let me know how you get on as well, please, in the comments when you do come back. Cheers. Okay, so pop music trivia then, guys. 15 questions, as always. Multiple points available again. And yeah, I think, is there anything else I need to tell you tonight? Okay, question number 1. Phil Collins was a member of which successful band before going solo? Phil Collins was a member of which successful band before going solo? There's your first question in our pop music trivia round. Phil Collins was a member of which successful band before going solo? Question 2. Which veteran singer joined U2 for their hit When Love Came to Town? Which veteran singer joined U2 for their hit When Love Came to Town? The picture round that I'm going to be sharing this evening is, for those who've watched along before, played along before, is one of the standard picture rounds with multiple different picture quiz kind of subjects in it, okay? So same rules apply. I'll put the answers in the comments of that post, so just keep an eye out for that. But I'll post it as soon as we're done here. Question number 3 in our music round. Which acts had the best-selling 1960s singles called Wild World, Dance to the Music, and My Generation? Which acts had the best-selling 60s singles called Wild World, Dance to the Music, and My Generation? For 3 points there. Which acts had the best-selling 1960s singles called Wild World? For 1 point. Dance to the Music for a 2nd point. And for the 3rd point, My Generation. All right, so 3 points for that one, 2 points for this next question, for question 4. Question 4, which 2 acts won ITV's Pop Idol show in the 2 series that were broadcast? So 1 point for each. Which 2 acts won ITV's Pop Idol show in the 2 series that were broadcast? 1 point for each. One thing I will do, speaking of music, is I'm going to be going back to Lima soon. Not for full-on daily episodes. It's a social audio app, for those who don't know, where you just post audio clips of things. So I post audio quizzes on there. But I am going to share music rounds again. I haven't done one for a while. I did take a break from it all. But I'm going to go back in. I've got a couple of Patreon requests to do for it. And yeah, I'm going to start sharing music rounds there too. So keep an eye out for that. If you like listening to songs and having a guess who the artist and title is for certain songs, a music round would consist of 15 clips of tracks, and then all of the last song. And I'll be sharing those again soon. So you want to make sure you're following me wherever social media apps you use. Find Big Quiz Night In, follow me, because I will just share it on everything. Because it'll only be the occasional one I'll be posting rather than the daily ones I was posting. But yeah, that'll be coming soon. Question 5. Charlie Watts is the drummer and founder member of which band? Charlie Watts is the drummer and founder member of which band? Diva says, yay, on Lima. Yeah, that's where we found each other. Aww. All those months ago now. But yeah, I do need to get back to doing some more of those. But yeah. You don't need to download the app. It's good if you can join, but you don't need to download the app. You can just click the link I share and it'll play for you in the browser, whatever you use to listen to it. You'll just open it up. So yeah. Okay, next question, number 6. This one is another 3-pointer. Similar style to that previous 3-pointer, but this time in the 1970s. Which acts had the best-selling 1970s singles called Eton Rifles, Money, and Virginia Plain? Which acts had the best-selling 1970s singles called Eton Rifles, Money, and Virginia Plain? Another 1 point for each. let's move on to number 7 now. Who was, for question 7, causing a commotion in the UK pop charts in 1987? Who was causing a commotion in the UK pop charts in 1987? I actually posted, thinking about it now, if you watched it already, I don't know, but I actually posted a question about that particular artist earlier today over on TikTok. Sometimes you do get a crossover between questions and subjects. Not the exact same questions necessarily, but sometimes it definitely is crossover. Same thing happened on Lima quite a lot as well, actually. Question number 8. Which singer styled himself as the Thin White Duke? Which singer styled himself as the Thin White Duke? Question number 9, we're on to 1980s now. Which acts had their 1980s hit singles called White Wedding, The Look, and New Sensation? Those are all brilliant songs as well. Which acts had the 1980s hit singles called White Wedding, The Look, and New Sensation? Okay, number 10 then. Question number 10. By what name is the singer Stephanie Germanotta better known? By what name is the singer Stephanie Germanotta better known? Got a few multiple point questions coming up for the rest of the round. The next one is going to be worth 2 points. We will do the repeats as well, of course, at the end of the round. Just let me know as we go through. Question 11. Which 2 musical acts teamed up for the UK #1 hit singles called It Wasn't Me and Angel of the Morning? So it was the same duo that released those songs, or rather released as one of them featuring the other. Which 2 musical acts teamed up for the UK #1 hit singles called It Wasn't Me and Angel of the Morning? Maybe just Angel, because it was a cover of Angel of the Morning. There we go. I'm sure you worked it out with the first one, though, to be honest. At least for 1 point. Whether you got the second point or not, there's a much lesser known artist over here, in fairness. Let's see. Okay, question 12 moves us on to a 3-pointer for 90s songs now. Which acts had the best-selling 1990s singles called Song 2, tune, Ebenezer Good, also tune, and Heart-Shaped Box? Yeah, it's alright. Never a massive fan of that particular act. Some of them are alright. Probably going to get a lot of trouble for that. Which acts had the best-selling 1990s singles called Song 2, Ebenezer Good, and Heart-Shaped Box? Oh, Roz says I think he was with 2 different people on each of those songs. Okay, I will. I knew you'd correct something on here. I knew you would, and you will probably be right. Let me check. Whilst you're thinking about the other ones, I will check so you guys don't have to, okay? Yes. Okay. If you get those points, you get an extra point for that one then. So there's 3 points. So it's the same artist for both of them, featured different artists on both. So It Wasn't Me was one artist, Angel of the Morning, they were with another artist. So you get an extra point. So there's 3 points available for that one. Apologies, guys. Regulars know who to blame. Let me just pop that in there properly, and then we can move on to the next one. There we go. See, that's why you go on national TV for a music quiz. And I'm here reading something the boss has given me, and yeah. He's gone and made a mistake. Never mind. Doesn't happen often, honestly. Next question. Your next question is number 13. Her name is Noelle. I have a dream about her is the opening line to which hit single by which act? Her name is Noelle. I have a dream about her is the opening line to which hit single by which act? Yes, it's very difficult to say lyrics without trying to sing it along to the melody. Yeah, very difficult, especially when it's a song that I also like. No pressure, Chris, Stu says. Yeah, I know, right? It's only live. Oh, it's fine. Just appreciate you guys watching and playing along, hey? Right, so yeah, question 13, about a good track. Her name is Noelle, I have a dream about her is the opening line to which single by which act? And that is for 2 points, 1 point for each. So question 14 is just for 1 point. Which song was covered by Robbie Williams with Nicole Kidman in 2001? Which song was covered by Robbie Williams and Nicole Kidman in 2001? Not a patch on the original, if I'm honest. It's pretty similar, but yeah, it's just something magic about the original, I think. I'm sure we'll talk about it a little bit when I get through to the answers. Question 15, your final question of the evening is for 3 last points. So be prepared to let me know which ones you'd like me to repeat as soon as I've asked this one, okay? Question 15, which 3 acts had the best-selling noughties singles called Edge of Glory, This Ain't an Arms Race, and Pompeii? I will repeat that for you in just a moment. Yeah, this ain't a scene, it's an arms race, I should say. So let me repeat that for you then. Which 3 acts had the best-selling noughties singles called Edge of Glory, This Ain't a Scene, It's an Arms Race, and Pompeii? 3 different acts from the noughties. Name them for 1 point each. Edge of Glory, This Ain't a Scene, It's an Arms Race, and Pompeii. There we go, guys. Let me know if you need any questions repeated. Now's the time. It will give you thinking time on other questions as well if you need it. We'll see how well you did, and then we'll be finishing off the show. Max says no good on this one. Oh no. Well, thank you for trying along anyway. I mean, you never know. You might have got some points on this one, but hey, you know, I change the subjects every week. We don't often repeat them. They do come around again, of course, but next week will be Patreon quiz. The week after that, it'll be something totally different again. Vernia says 11 and 12, please. Okay, so for the Britzillians and for anybody else that needs them, yes, number 11 is a good one to clarify. So which 2 musical acts, which is actually 3 now, isn't it? Which 3 musical acts teamed up for the UK #1 hit singles called It Wasn't Me and Angel, which actually covered or sampled at least Angel of the Morning? So there's one person that was on both, and they featured different people, which we've now discovered, or just realised. You think you got one, Mags? Oh, Vernia says it lost connection. Oh no. Tracy says, Kylie posted today that it's exactly 35 years since she appeared in her first episode of Neighbours. Fun fact for you. 35 years since she... Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And 2 and 3 for Ed as well. Right, let me do the repeats and I'll tell you something about, making everybody feel old. Chrissy and I were talking about this the other day. Right, 11 was that then. So 12 for Vernia was which acts had the best-selling 1990s singles called Song 2, Ebenezer Good, and Heart-Shaped Box? Which acts had the best-selling 1990s singles called Song 2, Ebenezer Good, and Heart-Shaped Box? 2 and 3 for Ed and Amanda then, and Back in Black in general. Right, question 2 was which veteran singer joined U2 for their hit When Love Came to Town? And number 3 was, which acts had the best-selling 1960s singles called Wild World, Dance to the Music, and My Generation? 1 point for each there. So I discovered the other day that people, or young people, who were born in the year 2000 and after that, so were not alive in the 90s, call the 1990s the late 1900s. I don't know if I told you that last week or not. I'm pretty sure I didn't. But just let that sink in, that there are people alive today who would be like, you were alive in the 1900s, the late 1900s. Doesn't that just sound weird to think of it like that? Oh man. Yeah. Well, now, because I found that out, now you have to find that out, okay? I had to tell you that. I'm not just going to live with that on my own. No way. Okay, so any more repeats then? If not, we'll go through the answers and we'll see how well you've done for the final round of the live show. Yeah, here come the wow emojis. The late 1900s. There we go, guys. Okay. Question number 1. Phil Collins was a member of which successful band before going solo? It was, of course, Genesis. He was the drummer and also did a bit of singing with Genesis. Always catch people out when it's music rounds, and the song was released by Phil Collins on his own, but they put Genesis, which means you've got it wrong, which is always quite funny. Tracy says, I don't like that. I feel old enough. I know, right? Yeah, I'm not happy about it. I'm not happy about it either. But yeah, this is a thing. Question 2. Which veteran singer joined U2 for their hit When Love Came to Town? It was B.B. King. Question 3. Which acts had the best-selling 1960s singles called Wild World, Dance to the Music, and My Generation? It is Sly and the Family Stone, Fontella Bass, and The Who. Question 4. Which 2 acts won ITV's Pop Idol show across the 2 series that it was broadcast? So Will Young won the first series and Michelle McManus won the second series. Question 5. Charlie Watts is the drummer and founder member of which band? It is the Rolling Stones. Question 6. Which acts had the best-selling 1970s singles called Eton Rifles, Money, and Virginia Plain? They are The Jam, Pink Floyd, and Roxy Music. Question 7. Who was causing a commotion in the UK pop charts in 1987? That was Madonna. The question I asked on my TikTok, one of my TikTok videos earlier today, was what was her first UK #1 hit single? I'm not going to give you a bonus point if you get it right, but you can have a guess if you want to. Question 8. Which singer styled himself as the Thin White Duke? It was David Bowie or David Bowie. I'll accept either. Of course it's Bowie. Question 9. Which acts had the 1980s hit singles called White Wedding, The Look, and New Sensation? It is Billy Idol, Roxette, and In Excess. Question 10. By what name is the singer Stephanie Germanotta better known? That is the real name of Lady Gaga. Question 11. Which 3 musical acts teamed up for the UK #1 hit singles called It Wasn't Me and Angel of the Morning? So Shaggy was the one that released both of them. Across the 2 songs, it was featuring Rick Rock for It Wasn't Me, and Rave-On was on Angel of the Morning, or Angel. Question 12. Which acts had the best-selling 1990s singles called Song 2, Ebenezer Good, and Heart-Shaped Box? Blur, The Shaman, and Nirvana. I mean, I like some of Nirvana's songs, but I think I was just a little bit too young for grunge when it came in. Just a little bit. So I never really picked up on it as a kid. I do like some of their songs and have done for a long time, but yeah, much prefer what Dave Grohl went on to after that. Definitely the Foo Fighters. Question 13 then. Her name is Noelle, I Have a Dream About Her is the opening line to Teenage Dirtbag by Wheatus for 2 points. Question 14. The song that was covered by Robbie Williams and Nicole Kidman in 2001 was Something Stupid, originally by Frank and Nancy Sinatra. So 1 point for Something Stupid for that question. Question 15, then the final one for 3 points. Which acts had the best-selling noughties singles called Edge of Glory, This Ain't a Scene, It's an Arms Race, and Pompeii? That is Lady Gaga with Edge of Glory, This Ain't a Scene is by Fall Out Boy, and Pompeii is by Bastille. There we go. Tracy loved her grunge phase. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of bands I like from that time now. It just, you know, when I was, I don't know, well, 1990, I would have been like 6. Yeah. So it's not really something a 6 or 7-year-old would listen to. Certainly when your parents are well into their 1980s music, which is why I love a lot of that stuff. So it took me a while to catch up on all the stuff I missed growing up. The team said Something Stupid, and I didn't think they knew it, but agreed. Oh, what's the answer to that question then? Oh, I don't know, something stupid. Hang on a minute. Brilliant. What was 2 again, please? For the Blackpool Bar Stewards, it was B.B. King. Okay, 16 points then for Diva. A little bit older than you, just a little bit. Okay, Tracy, that's all right. We don't have to talk about age. It's fine. It's just a number, right? No problem. Yeah. I do, don't get me wrong, the music I listen to a lot of the time is 70s and 80s rock music. That's pretty much my go-to. If you went onto my Spotify and looked at my favourite songs, my top played songs, it would be mostly 70s, 80s rock, mostly. And then a load of punk rock thrown in from like early 2000s when I was at college, like in, you know, Less Than Jake, Green Day, Real Big Fish, that kind of punk and ska rock. Love all that. That'll be it. Right, so here we go with some more scores. Excellent, look at this. Okay, so Roz says, I think I got 28. That's outstanding. Of course you did. Gabby's got 22 points. Excellent. And Ju says the Britzillians have got 17 points. 14 for the Blackpool Bar Stewards. 17 again for Luke and Jane. The first timers, we got 12, mostly 60s and 70s, but we did get Bastille. Woohoo! Very good. That's really good to see. Yeah, the music rounds are always a good mix like that. Music trivia rounds, normally, there's that kind of mix. Just the two of us, Mulder and Scully, have got 23 points. And Amanda says, we're going to see Green Day and Fall Out Boy in June. Oh, I really hope you do get to see them. Wow. Oh, yes. I mean, I don't know if I... Do you know, I loved everything Green Day did until American Idiot. That was peak Green Day for me. And after that, it just went so downhill. I just couldn't get into it. There's only 2 or 3 songs I like after they released American Idiot, which was just perfection for me. One of my all-time favourite albums. I never expected them to top it, but for me it just went straight down. So I always respect them, but nah. Fall Out Boy, brilliant. Loads of good songs. 25 for Back in Black. Green Day Great Live. Yes, so they are great live. If you bought the Bullet in the Bible album, which was what they did following American Idiot over here, it was a gig they did over Saturday and Sunday at Milton Keynes Bowl. So you had like 100,000 people both days. It was insane. Absolutely insane. I mean, I may have exaggerated the number a bit, but it was a big turnout. I was there on the Sunday for that, and that's the one that they released on DVD and CD in the Bullet in the Bible album. So that is pride and place in my music collection. I will never get rid of it. Absolutely amazing gig. It's just a shame they had not the best support until Jimmy Eat World came on. They were good. But before that you had Hard-Fi, I think. Oh, horrible. There we go. Guys, you got some great scores for that round. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. We are coming to the end of the show. Yeah, I've given you the links already. It's in the description too, for those who don't know. And please do give us a follow elsewhere. Support what I do here at Big Quiz Night In. And for those of you who are local, you know that Thursday nights I'm back at the King's Head and Bell in Abingdon, where the pub quiz is back, at least for the Thursday nights. If you want it back on Sunday nights as well, because we did used to do 2 nights a week there, you need to keep supporting the pub. If you're able to, and it's a good thing that you're okay to go to the pub and be there in person during these uncertain times. It's that support that will show them that you want the Sunday quiz back, not just saying you want it back. The more you go there, the quicker the pub gets back into making money and doing well for itself, the sooner they can justify the expenditure for another quiz night again, and we can get bingo back there as well. Hey, so yeah, that's that said as well. Glad you all enjoyed it this evening, and yeah, really pleased you turned up. Welcome to the new ones. Hope you come back again. You have to follow the page before you move on so you get notifications of everything else I post. A pitch around is coming very soon though, so you've got something to finish off your evening with. A nice pitch around to mull over, I think. Stay safe everyone, and yeah, I'll see you same time next time for more of the same fun. Cheers, good night.